So today we're writing linear equations. If we have to write an equation of the line with a slope of 3 and a y-intercept of -7, we have to remember the equation y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So we need to write an equation with a slope of 3. That means we can substitute m with 3 and a y-intercept of 7, and we can substitute b with -7. Now in this case we're left with a plus and a minus together. We can simplify this and say y equals 3x minus 7. This would be our equation of the line. We have to write an equation of a line with a slope of 1 and a y-intercept of 5. Have to remember the equation in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, b is the y-intercept, and we can substitute for both slope and y-intercept. Y equals x plus 5, where slope is 1 and y-intercept is 5. If you have to write an equation of the line shown, again you have to remember the equation of a line y equals mx plus b in slope-intercept form, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Can we find our y-intercept by looking at our graph?
Yes.
That means our y-intercept is what? 3. Can we find our slope? Okay, we can find our slope by counting. Now would it be a positive or a negative slope? Negative slope. Negative slope. So you're going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So slope is negative, and if we follow the slope, we're going 1 down and 1, 2, 3, 4 for a run. So the slope would be -1/4. What is another way of finding slope? We can say y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. y2, let's say we can say this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So that means 3 minus 2 over 0 minus 4, and that gives me 1 over -4. See how the slopes mean the same thing. Now if we're writing the equation of the line, we would say y equals -1/4 x plus 3. We can also see that the slope is negative because if we draw a stickman at the farthest left, the stickman is walking down the line. We have to write an equation of the line through the points 0, -4, 0, -4, and -2, 6. What equation do we have to remember? Y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, so can we find the y-intercept? Do we know what the y-intercept is? What is it? -4. And we can see that this point right here, this is the y-intercept, where x equals 0 and y equals -4. That's your y-intercept. We didn't really have to graph it. Now what about slope? We can find slope by counting. Would this be a positive or a negative slope? Negative slope. Negative slope. If we draw the stickman at the farthest left, he's walking down. Now the rise would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the run would be 2. Can we simplify this? Yes, -5. So when we write our equation of the line, we would say y equals negative 5x minus 4, because the y-intercept is negative. That's y minus 4. If we have to write an equation of a line that is parallel to the line y equals 4x minus 8 and passes through the point 0, 2. So remember how earlier I told you that the ordered pair where x is 0 and y is 2, that's a y-intercept. 0, 2 would be about here, right? Okay. Now if we need to write an equation of the line, again, slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. What do we know about parallel slopes? They're the same. So same slope, because parallel have exactly the same slope. Therefore, do we know the slope of a parallel line? What would be the slope of a line parallel to y equals 4x minus 8? 4. The y-intercept would be 2, because it tells us of write an equation of the line that is parallel to this line, y equals 4x minus 8, and passes through the point 0, 2. 0, 2 is this point on the y-intercept. That's why the y-intercept of the parallel line is 2. If we have to write an equation of the line that is parallel to the line y equals 1/3 x plus 6 and passes through the point 0, negative 5. What do we know about parallel slopes? Slopes of parallel lines are the same. What do we know about a line passing through the point 0, 5? Where would 0, 5 be? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 on the y-axis right here. Oh, I'm sorry, negative 5. So we would find it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the y-intercept of the parallel line. So we can say y equals the same slope, 1/3 x minus 5. Why minus 5? Because the y-intercept is negative 5. Write an equation of a line that is perpendicular to the line y equals negative 5x plus 1 and passes through the point 0, negative 9. The slope of perpendicular lines are what? And what else? Opposite? Reciprocal. So the slope of a perpendicular line has a slope that is an opposite reciprocal, that are opposite reciprocals of each other. So the slope of y equals negative 5x plus 1 is negative 5. What would be a slope that is the opposite reciprocal? That means that the new slope would be 1/5 x. What about the y-intercept if it passes through the point 0, negative 9? So the y-intercept would be negative 9. You have to write an equation of a line that is perpendicular to the line y equals 2/3 x plus 6 and passes through the point 0, 10. Again, you have to remember your equation of the line y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. The slope perpendicular to the line y equals 2/3 x plus 6 would be what? Negative 3 over 2, because perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals. What would be the y-intercept? Plus 10, because 10 is positive right here. If we have to write the equation of a line from a table, see how these are all the x's and these are the y's. This means that these form ordered pairs, right? So the first ordered pair would be 0, 6, the second ordered pair would be 2, 10, and the third ordered pair would be 4, 14. Now if we need to write an equation of a line, we need two things. We need slope and we need the y-intercept. Do we know what the y-intercept is by looking at an ordered pair here? What is the y-intercept? 6. We know that b equals 6. We know that this is the y-intercept because x is 0. How are we going to find slope? We could say y2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. We choose any two ordered pairs. So let's say I choose these two. We call this x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. And we plug them in. That means 10 minus 6 over 2 minus 0 would be 4 over 2, which leaves me with a slope of 2. Can I write my equation of the line now? Y equals 2x plus 6.